You sit down to study, and suddenly everything else seems more interesting. Maybe I should check my phone first, just one video. Or maybe I need a snack. Do I even need this degree, or should I just move to the mountains and start a farm? Sound familiar? You're not alone. Most students study the wrong way, spending hours rereading notes but barely remembering anything. But what if I gave you tips so that you could study faster, remember more, and still have time to watch your favorite show? Skip these tips, and you'll stay stuck in that endless loop of cramming only to get disappointing grades. So stick around, because trust me, the final tip is the one that separates the top students from everyone else. Tip 1. Trick your brain into studying. Your brain is lazy. If you give yourself 3 hours to study, it'll take 3 hours, mostly filled with distractions. This is called Parkinson's Law. Work expands to fill the time you allow for it. So here's the fix. Instead of saying, I have to study for hours, tell yourself, I'll just do 20 minutes. Your brain stops resisting because 20 minutes feels easy. And once you start, you'll probably keep going. Tip 2. Learn like a genius. Einstein once said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. So if you really want to learn fast, try teaching it. Here's how. First, pretend you're explaining a topic to a 5-year-old. No fancy words, keep it simple. Then, notice where you get stuck. That's what you need to relearn. Finally, simplify it even more. When you do this, you're not just memorizing, you're understanding. Tip 3, stop rereading, start testing. Want to remember things twice as fast? This method is scientifically proven to burn information into your brain. Stop passively rereading your notes. Instead, use active recall. Close your book and try to recall key points from memory. Instead of copying notes, write them down without looking. You could also use flashcards, but test yourself instead of just reading them. Tip 4, the timer trick for instant focus. Ever notice how you suddenly become super focused right before a deadline? That's because urgency creates focus, and you can use this to your advantage. Here's how. Set a 30-minute timer. Study like it's an emergency. Take a 5-minute break. Move around, stretch, or scroll your phone. Guilt-free. Repeat. Why does this work? Short study sessions prevent burnout. Also, your brain stays focused because it knows a break is coming. At the same time, you avoid fake studying, just staring at notes without actually learning. Tip 5. Work smarter, not harder. Stop wasting time. Not everything you study is equally important. Some things matter way more than others. That's why you need the 80-20 rule. 80% of your results come from just 20% of what you study. So stop focusing too much on the tiny details. Instead, ask yourself, what will actually be on the test? Check past exams or ask your teacher. What don't I understand yet? If you already know something, move on. A hack from an A+ student? Start with a practice test before you even study. That way, you instantly see which topics come up the most. And that's where you should focus 80% of your time. And now the final tip that no one talks about. Tip 6, the real shortcut to better learning. You can use every single study hack invented, but if your brain can't process the information properly, it'll disappear just as fast as it came. And that's the huge mistake most students make. They focus only on what they study, but not on how their brain processes it. The thing is, your brain doesn't store information while you're studying. It locks it in while you sleep. So what does this mean? Pulling all-nighters before a test? Bad idea. You'll retain way less. Getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep? That's when your brain actually files everything away for long-term memory. But sleep isn't the only way your brain processes information. Exercise plays a huge role too. Even a short walk can give your memory a serious boost. Once you get all of this right, you won't just learn faster, you'll actually remember it all. Here's your 6-step study cheat sheet for studying smarter. Use timers to stay focused. Teach it to someone or pretend to. Test yourself instead of rereading. Set short study sprints. Use the 80-20 rule. Focus on what actually matters. Sleep plus exercise equals free brain upgrades. And remember, knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is. So don't just watch this video and move on. Pick one of these hacks and try it today. Let me know in the comments which one worked best for you. And if you're ready to unlock your brain's full potential, hit that subscribe button.